Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So, past couple days, we've had some big movements, a lot of stuff going on in the markets. So, today I'm going to be really simple about what I think is going on, and then I want to touch on a couple of bigger subjects. We're going to start our day today with USDX and USDJPY. I put this little graphic up on Monday before this pump. But yeah, I mean, this is what I have charted for USDX in the short term. JPY failed to make a new high here, okay, which is fine, but now we've got an ending diagonal. It's going to give us a short form wave 4 coming off of this impulse from the downside here. So impulse to the upside, short form wave 4, which is fine. We actually could have just ended it there, or there might be one more down. I'm not really sure yet. It doesn't matter because it's not going to make that much difference in price. And we are looking short term to end price action somewhere in this zone. And the reason why I say short term is because long term, it's part of a bigger impulse. Okay, this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's part of a larger impulse that's here. That is not really quite done yet. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to pull I haven't charted the USD JPY for some reason. I thought I did. I guess not. Well, so here you go. All right, let's change the color of this. There's too much teal and all that on here. Let's make it yellow. I like yellow. And then let's do a wave 4 pullback. Sorry guys, just trying to chart this out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then we should be looking for a top out on JPY somewhere around like 150, I think, eventually. Okay, so so anyways, basically, let's get into the discussion about the yen. This is where I want to start my day. Because I have a lot of guys asking me, why do you expect Bitcoin to do this, that, the other, yada yada. Which is fine. I love questions. I love questions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. But man, there's a really simple correlation to me between, well, I shouldn't say to me. Overall, in general, there's a really simple correlation between USDX and crypto. Okay. And you should see this correlation quite simply, right? I mean, I'm just saying. The link is well, the link is right in about here, really. Why is the link there? Because that's about when banks started tying themselves to crypto and investing in it and purchasing it. And that was, once we tapped the bottom here, had one last dip, this is when you saw major investment. Okay. Volume profiles at this level were astronomical, right? If we go back and we pull up volume bars in here, these were astronomical volume bars. And everybody was like, oh, head and shoulders. Like, not really. Don't believe in those patterns. I believe in the fact that billions of dollars of Bitcoin of US dollars entered the market and bought Bitcoin in this zone here, which gave us our run up. And why did they buy Bitcoin? Well, USDX was declining, When we've discussed this before, guys, I mean, if you go back through my channel, you'll see occasions where we discuss this. Look, I mean, this is really simple, okay? We have this big push is what's given us our decline in the cryptos over the past year, okay? Because in that same time frame, we've made this nice big push, right? So we're gonna correct soon, okay, on the USDX. What does the Japan yen have to do with it? Well, it's a good benchmark, right? Because similarly in crypto, let's say Ethereum decides to make a new high, whereas Bitcoin does not, right? Ethereum makes a new high, Bitcoin does not. There's a chance that Bitcoin's probably going to go and make that new high and follow Ethereum and vice versa, right? These are the two big boy coins. So, like in this sense, USJPY not making a new high here. Well, what do you think happened over here? USDX decided, hey, we're not going to make a new high either. We're going to stay in this zone. And that's giving crypto a little bit of time to consolidate right here in this zone where we are. Here, let me pull this up. It's giving crypto time to consolidate, right? So we've had a consolidation here, which is fine. It's not a big deal. My point is there's a direct relationship between, it's an inverse movement of USDX and crypto. So when USDX is rising, crypto is declining, okay? The reason why is because banks and institutions deal with money in the trillions of dollars, not in the hundreds or thousands or even millions, as a few of you guys trade with. They trade with unimaginable and unfathomable amounts of money. And they're just numbers on a screen. It's not a stack of cash. So you got to change the way that you visualize this and realize that most fiats are fugazi anyways. And so they just have numbers on a screen. And if they press this button, the numbers on the screen get bigger. And if they press that button, they get smaller. And they get paid some of those numbers if they make the numbers go bigger, right? So if you're going to make the number, if you get paid to make numbers get bigger, you're going to click the button that makes them get bigger. It's really simple. And that button is moving all of your shit from assets like the stock markets or cryptos or something else, and you're moving it into fiat because your money is actually growing, right? Like guys that banks that put their money into the US dollar down here and they bought in this zone here, which this was a big buy zone. You can tell based on the way the multiple bounces, right? And then we came up and out of the zone. Here's your buy zone. If banks were buying the US dollar, just imagine for a second that they bought $1 trillion worth of US dollar here, which is not that much. You guys are like, wow, $1 trillion, it's a lot. Not in this world market. I mean, it's just not, okay? But let's say that they bought at an average $1 trillion at an average of like $91.50, okay? I'm just letting you have some math with me real quick. And today we're currently at 109. Okay. What is 20% of $1 trillion? 20% is 200 billion. Okay. That's how much money they've made in the past year and a half. $200 billion, right? So why wouldn't you put your money into the US dollar if it's on a bull run? That's my point. Okay. So, and you have to think about the effects of, oh, I'm putting my money into the US dollar, which means I have to sell my stocks. I have to sell my crypto, right? That's what it means. So I have to sell all of my risky assets in order to move my money into the US dollar. So what happens is, right? I don't know why this is popping up. So what happens is when they sell this shit off to move it to USDX, because USDX is on the rise, then we get these big slides. Okay. It's just a really, like, it's always been the relationship. The indices are inverse of USDX. Okay. Now, this is a little bit different due to some, let's not get into the whole fucking story of USDX and ES and NQ and all this shit, please. But for now, I just wanted you guys to see the nice little inverse relationship here. Double bottom to the upside, right? You guys like that word, double bottom? I talked about it with somebody yesterday. It's not really a double bottom, but I'm just fucking with you. You know, kind of like nested out here, and then to the upside, right? And we kind of like drop, right? However you want to look at it. So, anyways, long story short, that's how USDX relates to all this. So in the short term, right? Guys ask me, well, text. What do you think crypto's doing? What's it gonna do? Okay, well, here's why I think. Here's why I think that we are gonna make the moves that we make. Okay. But I don't think this is gonna go as deep as that anymore. This thing is fucking stupid bullish. I mean, stupid bullish. It's insane how bullish this guy is. So, sorry, I'm just trying to move a few things over so it makes more sense. Okay. So in the short term, more bullishness out of USDX to the upside. Okay. Feel like we're doing this a nice little leading diagonal or something here. So we're going to get some really nice bullishness. Right. that's going to give us the decline in cryptos that I'm looking for right here, right? Because we're somewhere right in here. See, this is the rest of that decline. Okay. Then we get a really nice pullback. Could be even a little deeper. I mean, I think there is a chance that we see this 104 level somewhere in here, basically. Like, USDX respects fibs really well, so I'm just going to put this up here like this. I'm going to say for now, this is a bounce zone for me. Okay, green is bounce, red is rejection, right, guys? So for now, this is a bounce zone for me. There's just a lot of price action here. There's good mathematical support to show that this is that location. This decline, personally, I believe is going to give us this. Okay. A lot of guys are like, yo, Tex, you fucking 30K, la. Like, well, I mean, here's the thing. We are an impulse right now. We're trying to finish a 5 wave that's within the wave 3 of a larger 5 wave. Okay. Y'all thought that this was a long and painful correction, right? Y'all thought this was long and painful. This was long and painful. This is going to be like, we're not actually done really with corrective status. We're basically correcting into a correction because of these larger waves. Okay. So once we get down here, we are going to have a big major correction coming up. Like major. And in my opinion, it's I have no idea how long my alarm has been going off, and I apologize if it's been a while. I've had music playing and I can't hear it. So, anyways. This correction is not going to be swift, in my opinion, because what they need to do is build up enough liquidity for the final drop. Like, they really need to build the liquidity to punch this. Okay, I mean, that's just how the market works, right? In order to make this dive, this punch into these zones where we have all this untapped liquidity down here, you know. I mean, I remember. I mean, sorry, not trying to be a dick, but I'm gonna be a fucking dick. You know, I remember when I called this zone here, we were like up here, and I said, guys, we're going to this zone. We're gonna punch this zone, and once we punch it, it's gonna be a major issue, and we're not gonna come back above it for a long time. This is the untapped liquidity. There was billions here in untapped liquidity from this run. Because, see, we bounced off it. They protected it. Fucking billions in here. Countries bought in here. People, just massive untapped billions. And then there's a secondary. I call them loot boxes. There's a secondary loot box down here that nobody's grabbed yet. Okay. Because they sold the shorts, right? And the longs came to here initially. So you still had this short block. And then, man, the fucking longs just blasted through the short block. Took over, right? So, in here, I mean, this is just pure unadulterated longs. There's nothing in the way here. There was nothing in the way here. Now another thing to look at, and this is just me being me, is you've got probably, I'm gonna Let's make it white. This is an interesting zone for me. Okay. From the bottom of this to the final bounce before the bull run. This zone, I think, is going to be our kicker for the bull run. I think we're going to tap the zone down here, and this is where we find the support that we find, right? USDX down, up, and then massive down. Excuse me. Up, down, up. So up, down. Remember that. We're going up, and then we're going down. We're going down, and then we're going up. And then we go up, and then a big drop. Oops. And then we go down, and a big up. Right? So, that's the correlation that I see with this and USDX. Okay. In the short term, guys, in the short term, let's bring ourselves back to reality for a minute, and then there's one other subject I'm going to touch on, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. But because I got shit to do, it's Thursday, and I got a lot of work. So we called short here on Bitcoin. Great short so far, guys. Great short. Loving this play. My average is like 410. So right now I'm 10% unleveraged. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Okay. Slight chance, guys. When we get down here, like on the hourly, I know I mentioned it before, that I said, well, you know, I think we're just gonna like fucking drop out. That's, I don't know. I don't feel that way anymore. This thing is really taking its sweet time to stall out here. Okay. So I see a little bit of a push coming up to the upside here. Probably to this 1.0 extension zone. So let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, but I see coming out of Bitcoin before we drop out later today and tomorrow. And then I think this is our weekend build, and then next week is the big drop. Okay. Ethereum. Man, Ethereum is just being funky, right? Like lots and lots of up, down action. We failed to make a new high here. So I want to say that this ABC, you know, that this was the ABC to make two here. And then this is wave 1 of 3, right? And then we're probably making another like internal. Let me change the color of this so we can all get on the same page here, right? We're probably making another internal impulse wave. This tends to happen a lot. But we need this to break the low of the previous one. Okay. We need one to break one. Juan to break one. Juan, break one. Sorry. Couldn't help it. Right. So we need this guy to come down here and basically 1569. We get down below 1569, then that should really give us the idea that we're headed down this direction. And then, of course, a break of 1550 is even better confirmation. Okay, so my current thoughts on Ethereum. Also, guys, we are short from here, the absolute top. Okay, my entry is 85. Let's see, and I think it topped out at what, 89? So, damn, close one. So we're holding. Okay. Profit targets are going to be achieved hopefully this week. We'll get one more target out of it. Right now on Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, we entered up here. We entered up here. Okay. We took one profit target for each trade, right? We took one profit target and we put our stops to entry way up in this zone. So our stop loss is up here, right? It is up here. We're not going to move it any closer yet. Just wait. But we're risk free. Okay. And let me explain what that means. Like, I want you guys to really understand this. We have taken, so let's do some math. Okay. Let's say you took 10 Ethereum. Okay. On this trade. I want to do some math. Okay. It took 10 Ethereum at 1785. And let's just say it's 1x left, right? For just math purposes. Okay. 10 ETH at 1785, 1x left. Okay. Our first profit target was 1600. Right? So target 1, 1600, 25% trim. And basically that's 2.5 ETH at what would that be? $185 each, which is 185, and 185 is what, 370? And what's half of 185? 9250. 370, 9250, 492. 370, 9250. 462.50. So $462.50. Okay. Just again, bear with me, guys. I'm just doing some math here. Okay. So this is what we did, right? Now your stop loss is at even. Okay, and this is basic 1x leverage, yada yada yada. I've seen some of you. I got a guy who's on fucking 100x right now on this. Okay, so just chill. I'm just doing basic math because it's easier in my head this early in the morning. I haven't finished on my coffee yet. So what this means is for entering a trade, we've made $462 unleveraged. And we have a stop loss at a point in which if price goes back this way, it stops us out at break even. And we're literally not doing anything and we've made money. We're not doing anything. We're just sitting here watching. Okay. This is called risk-free trading. This is what we try to achieve. We get to a point where we know that price, the separation from the high is so great that it's not going back to where we were. Okay. So, that's why, like, don't touch your trades. I've had all these guys ask me, "Oh, let me close here, let me trim here, let me." Look, I get it. You guys get nervous. You want to trim some. You want to make some money. I understand. I get it. Okay. This style of trading is you enter a trade, you set it up, you put your stop loss. When you achieve the first profit target, you go to entry with your stop loss, and at that point, you just let it run. Guys, I have 75% of my position still running in the zone. If it comes back to stop loss, I'm just with you guys. I've only taken 25% profits, but that's the nature of these trades. Okay? You've got to stop looking at a trade as, well, I need to make money from here to here, because that's the move. No. We got lucky and we sniped the top. Okay, you need to make money entering somewhere in a zone like this and taking profits in a zone like this. So your trade is generally going to be from the middle of that zone to the middle of this zone. Okay, 10%. You're not going to maximize and snipe the top and the bottom every fucking trade. So get it out of your goddamn heads and thinking that that's exactly what you're going to do, because you're fucking not. Nobody does. Nobody snipes the bottom and the top. Every single trade. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. There's no TA out there or style or method or anything that's going to give you snipes of tops and bottoms consistently every single trade and never fucking lose and never be wrong. It doesn't exist, right? Some styles are better than others at scalping or swinging or whatever. That's why there's a bunch of styles of trend analysis out there. It's for everybody to pick the style that they feel most comfortable with because it relates to their trading in a specific way. My style is such that we watch these big moves. We expect to take a trade somewhere probably in this zone on this, let's say like this little bullish run here. We take a trade in this zone. We wait for the confirmation of the rise, right? Of the bounce. Phew! And then this would be a good trade location, right? You take a long here. You trim here. Let it play out. Trim some more. We probably would have only got 50 or 75% of this position trimmed out before it got rejected and back to stop loss because we were expecting a little bit more of a push if we had taken this long. But that long would have been risky for me because we're in a bearish sequence. Okay, so I wouldn't have taken a long there. Just saying. That's why it failed and we're not getting the full four profit targets that we would expect. On this one, guys, we're going to get our 4 full profit targets. It may take a while. And once we get to here, a lot of guys are going to want to close when it heads this way. I recommend keeping your position. It doesn't hurt to keep the position. You're in a winning fucking trade. Just keep it. You're going to do more damage trying to day trade these little fucking zones and losing money on your own than you are if you entered Ethereum here and the bitch is just moving fucking sideways here for a little bit. Okay? You're going to do more damage to your account yourself sitting down here trying to day trade this shit. I promise you. Patience, relaxation, right? Relieve the stress. Let it go. Quit trying to trade every movement on the planet with this stuff, guys. Quit. I understand you want to scalp. Great. I've tried my hand at scalping. I like trying to, catch a couple of snipes here and there and some little scalps. I called this yesterday for some guys that were dying for an Ethereum trade. And I said, hey, you may want to put your stop loss around 1700. I was way wrong about 1700, right? They could have kept their stop loss right above the EMAs here. But I'm not the best at scalping. This isn't really a good extension for me. Okay? It's an extension within other moves that this extension can get overridden by something else quite easily. Okay? So, again, my point is, why would you not want to just sit in a winning trade from up here? Why would you not just want to sit in a trade and let it play out until it achieves all the targets all the way down here? Even if it takes a month. I'm letting this take it. I'm just going to let it. We might add to some position, okay? Because we're going to get another profit target down here, okay? Once we achieve this profit target, we took one here. We're going to get a second one here. Once we achieve this one, I may tell guys to take like 50% of their profits from these two targets. So it'd be a total of 25% of the total profits of this entire trade. But 50% of their current profits that they've taken already and reinvested here. That should bring your average only to about here. Okay? If done properly. If it's done properly, it should only bring your average to about here. Which is still above this zone, which is great. This is what we want. We don't want to be down in this zone, right? That's why we're not going to overinvest on this run. Okay? So it's not just sitting and waiting all the time. We can reinvest. We can get our a little bit more position in here, right? And at that point, like I said, we're using profits to reinvest. We have the original margin of 5 ETH back in our account, safe and sound. We have 50% of our profits already as profits. We paid ourselves. The other 50%, we're going to reinvest, right? We move our stop loss down a little bit, maybe to about here, okay? And this is our new entry point, right? I'm sorry. Put our stop loss here on the other side. Sorry, that was a bad bad play. So this is our new average. This is the new average. This is our new stop loss, right? Price action is down here. Our stop loss is in profit. It protects us from losing any more money. Okay, so we're protected from losing money. A little bit lower average, but we've reinvested the profits there. You get my point, guys, right? It's a really simple style of trading. When I say simple, I understand that Elliott wave is complex and the math is complex and it can be difficult. I agree. What I'm talking about is the methodology of this type of trading. It's very relaxed. Okay, we are looking for pure extension zones, and here we had this WXY, which opened up a really nice extension zone for me, and I was able to call this zone short. Okay, that's why we took this zone. It's the top of a range, right? The range changed, right? Here's our range to the upside, right? Range to the upside. The range changed to the downside. I don't mind calling the top of the range. In fact, I like the top of the range. Okay, and that's where it is for now. So, and that's probably where B is going to, if I had to guess, this B is going to get up to the top of the range here. Okay, just if I had to guess. We're going to get all the way down here and it's going to be sideways for a week or two. So, anyways. Okay, let's see. Wow, it's a long video so far. Litecoin. Tried to call short on Litecoin. Man, I really messed up. Didn't quite do what I expected it to do. Put a new box up just to see how it would react. Did not call this officially, so we are not officially in Litecoin. I tried to call from like back here, and then I said, hey, all bets are off, and I'm glad I did because it just zoomed right through. Would have stopped everybody out, and I'd have had a lot of really pissed off people. So we canceled the LTC trade. I didn't like the movement on it, and for good reason. We avoided this big dildo going right up our asses, which is great. So let's get back on Ethereum. I mean, yes. So, man, the second loss I've had this year on indices, man. Called short in this zone. There's my stop loss. Came up, bang, wrecked me. Went straight down, right? Same thing on NQ. Did the same thing to me on NQ, guys. So I apologize. It's only the second time this year I've taken an L on the indices. So, you know, out of like, I think a little bit over 10 trades. So in a dozen trades, basically, well, like 1 out of every 6, I would say. So we've won 5. It took 1 loss. Not bad. Not bad. And good profits on all the dubs this year. Good profits. So, I mean, it happens, guys, but this is why we have stop losses. There was a chance that this guy just took off to the races and just, you know, so it is what it is. I know a couple guys that didn't put a stop in place because they're fucking wild. And they're in a lot of profits right now, but I don't like to share their stories too much because it's not my method. It's not, you know, they're taking a much bigger risk than necessary, but I mean, hey, they're getting paid for it. So, I'm going to try and see what this is going to do. We may try to open up positions somewhere in here. Okay. I need to do some more charting in the short term. So, you know, we may try to open up some positions here. I just need to see how ES is going to react. Haven't really played RTY in a while. I may look at a short from this zone on RTY. I just need to see what reactions we're going to get today. We discussed the correlation between the yen pairs and USDX. We discussed the correlation between USDX and risky assets like cryptos and indices. Okay. Wheat. Took a profit target on wheat, guys. 50% of the trade is closed. Okay. it's been a great week for a lot of these trades. So we took 50% of profits here. And actually, one thing I'm going to do is so wait. How did I? Yeah. Okay. The original blue lines were in here. What I think we should do is instill a secondary stop loss measure here. And if we break down below this, guys, then let's use this as a stop. It's a stop in profit. So we entered here, right? This is our entry zone. Took 50% profits up here. Nice little spot to take them. If we drop, let's put a stop loss here for now at 831.2. Actually, here, let's just do this. We'll call it 830. Make it easy. Okay, here's our stop loss. Current stop loss. So what that's going to do is if we end up diving back down and making this play, like I think we will, we'll get stopped out at profit here. I mean, it won't be the biggest margin off of this, but I think wheat's doing something just a little bit different than we expected. We can re-enter down here, and then that's when we're going to get a bigger push. Phew. Okay. So, anyways, this is my 2 cents. Oil, man, oil's really taking a reaction here from the green box. Sorry, kids are off to school. Oil's taking a really nice reaction from the green box here, but all we did was bounce from a 618. So I think we've still got more room to go. We should catch my blue zone here. This is really what I'm looking for on the commodities. And once we get down to this point, then of course, you know, we can take off. Should I short oil? No, don't short oil. Thank you very much. Let it be. Just wait till it gets down in the zone. We will reach a 1.0 extension. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Nothing to worry about if you're in my BTC Ethereum trades. ESNQ stopped out, failed trades. Gonna try to find a re-entry point. Let's make up for the losses on the indices. Not touching LTC. Might possibly trade RTY. I'll think about it. Watch out for the bullishness in USDX and the yen pairs. It's gonna get really bullish really fast. You know, wheat. We're absolutely tearing it up on wheat. Took a profit target 50% here. You know, that's a beautiful move of about, let's see, 13% unleveraged. I mean, that's just a really nice move on wheat. So we took 13% here, guys. Really happy with that move. Waiting on oil to drop out to the bottom. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. I'm going to make a video on my trading style, how I enter and exit trades, the purpose and the method of that, how I look at these charts, guys. Not probably today, maybe this weekend. I'm a little bit busy today with work stuff, so I wanted to, that's why this video is a little bit longer, because I wanted to get as much out there as possible. I won't have time later to fuck around with you guys too much, because I'm going to be busy. So anyways, I really appreciate everybody that joins the channel, everybody that, all my new people, welcome. Thank you for watching. I try to put out as much content as possible. I hope it helps you guys. I would love some feedback. Maybe, you know, I can do like a request on Mondays or Fridays or something. If I have time, I can do a request day, and you guys can ask for specific, you know, stocks or indices or whatever, and I can chart it and see what's going on. So just let me know. I want to try to figure that out and be a little bit more personable with people, you know, especially because my goal in the future is to have, you know, have a server and a full-fledged YouTube. You know, I'd like people to really kind of follow along, and we all trade together. So, you know, one day I'll make that possible. For now, I'm sharing this information because I hope it helps people, and I want people to get into some solid trades and learn how to trade better. I see too many guys out there that have very sloppy trading styles, they've been taught the wrong ways, or they haven't been taught at all, or they think they know how to trade and they don't. That's really the most dangerous kind, in my opinion. I don't know how to trade like as well as obviously like Wall Street banks and stuff, of course. Am I a good trader? I think I'm okay. I think if I was a great trader, I would probably work on Wall Street, or I'd be making millions of dollars every year. I think I'm a good enough trader to make money and be profitable, for sure. Can I do trend analysis? Yeah, I mean, but it's more than just TA. It's, you know, how do you decide to enter and exit trades and all that stuff. So, anyways, I'm rambling. 45 minutes. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Peace, love, chicken grease. Be a good human. Have a good weekend. You know, treat others with respect, man, and take care of everybody out there. Love you guys. Peace out.